Welcome to the Jam!
Welcome. Where we remind you and ourselves
to think like you mean it
and love your life on purpose.
Hi, girl. Welcome to the Jam. I'm CJ Blacara.
I am Maggie Reyes, most days.
Okay, that's a jam someday. What's up with that? Is there a problem I don't know about?
So I'm doing this series on my blog, which you can find at modernmarried.com if you haven't seen it yet, called Dream Deeper, Love Bigger. Mm-hmm. And I had this epiphany, this moment where I was like, society, I got all these messages like of dreaming bigger, like if everything had to be like a bigger house, a bigger car, a bigger. And I just didn't feel comfortable with that anymore. Like I grew up with that. Like I grew up with, oh, you're in a tiny apartment, you want a bigger apartment. You know, it's all about this concept of bigger. And I feel like we get so many messages about that. And then I was like, I don't want to dream bigger anymore. I'm like done with dreaming bigger. Like I feel like I've accomplished a lot of things in my life that are quote unquote bigger. Mm-hmm. And there's no magic pill, there's no, oh, now everything is fabulous because I have a podcast and I have a blog, which I love to do.
And a husband and a home.
A home, friends who I love.
A raise.
I got funds in the bank, you know. Yeah. But it's not about bigger anymore. You know, it's okay, you have all those things, which are wonderful blessings. So what's it about? So then I had this whole meditation about, well, I think what I need to do is dream deeper, not bigger. Mm-hmm. And dreaming deeper is about how I want to spend my time, who I want to be with, what I want to be doing. And of course I wanted to share that with people because I always think if I have a simple idea that helps me be happier and better, then I want to share that with people. So that's what the blog is about. So with Dreaming Deeper, the first thing that happened was the series, which I'm doing now, and it's still in progress. So there's several series. So Dreaming Deeper is the title, but there's several concepts that are involved with that title. So one of the concepts is follow the feel good, mm-hmm. which is one of my personal mantras, which is something that I do more and more of all the time, and I do it in all the different areas of my life. So it's like, and sometimes people hear that like follow the feel good and they think like indulgence, and it's not about indulgence. It's like what feels good to your soul, what feels good to your body, what's like constructive and expansive to your spirit. Not necessarily like this connotation sometimes people have about indulgence. So on the blog I really kind of go deeper into that, explain that a little bit. So there's these concepts that support the bigger concept of dreaming deeper. And then there's the concept of loving bigger, which I'm still developing, which I'm still writing, which hasn't, that's part of the blog series, but it hasn't been published yet. So what have you been up to lately? Well, I've been blogging about dreaming deeper.
I have been up to working with my own body chemistry and discovering the foods that my body is sensitive to and the foods that truly nourish my body, mm-hmm. regardless of what Dr. Oz says or what the latest issue of Oprah magazine says or the latest issue of Time magazine. But what I'm saying is regardless of what the pundits say and regardless of the latest information, which can be extremely maddening when you're trying to do the right thing, mm-hmm. I'm working on a way for people to discover that for themselves. And so I am discovering that for myself and finding what truly, truly nourishes me, body, mind, and soul. So my window, my doorway for that is really working with the food and thinking that soy was a superfood.
Oh my gosh.
All my processed Morningstar soy foods were superfood for over 20 years. And eating.
Nothing against Morningstar, great company.
Yes.
Love you, Morningstar.
Yes. Do your thing.
And everyone has their own choices to make, right? That's what everybody you're discovering is that for some people it might be the best choice, and for some people it might be the worst choice. It's just not the best choice for everybody.
Yes, that there are absolutely no universal foods. So, and that's what we want. I mean, magic pill, right?
Yeah.
We want to know what's the magic food. Is it salmon, oatmeal, whole wheat grains?
Maybe oatmeal.
Broccoli, kale.
I mean oatmeal.
Girl.
No, don't push my bubble about oatmeal. Come on now.
oatmeal, if you get in touch with oatmeal, oatmeal will burst its own bubble with you if it is the bubble that needs to be bursted.
Right. Because everybody's different.
Everybody is different, and so I love that. It's question everything, and we can see how powerful that is. Question everything in your relationship, in your friendships. If you're clearing clutter, question everything in your space, and all of our unconscious thoughts and our unconscious beliefs. Bring it all up to the surface to actually consciously choose. Think like you mean it, and decide: do I like that thought? Does that food like my body? Do I like how that is in my body? And so it's just fascinating. There's no universally great thought. There's no universally perfect belief for everyone that feels good for everyone. There's no food that is universally good for everyone, except for maybe water. Is fantastic.
When
it's fantastical for everyone. Water.
But you know what? I have to jump in because that's what I do. I love the idea of question everything with relation to food and what you put into your body and how your body works and what you're thinking and how that's helping you. And I love the idea that you can have this whole theme about questioning everything from your side and from your perspective of nourish, mind, body, soul.
Yeah.
And then on my side with relationships, it's question everything in your marriage. Question everything about how you relate to each other. Like, I did this blog about how to redefine marriage. And how you do it, the first thing you do is you question everything. And what you do is like, okay, in my house, my husband cooks. He's an awesome cook. He's amazing. If it was up to me to cook, we'd be having like peanut butter and jelly, like every night. You know what I mean? Which I don't want you to burst my bubble about today. For the record. But you know what I mean? Like, we started with questioning everything about how we're going to run our house, how we run our life, how we make decisions, and not assuming that the way society says a relationship's supposed to go is how our relationship is supposed to go. So I just love how the same principle that you use with your body,
Yes.
you can really extend it out to so many things. And then if you take it a step further, step like 2.0, or I think I called it 2B on my website, was then upgrade the quality of your questions. Like, once you've questioned everything, then start asking better questions, deeper questions.
Right.
Questions from a different angle, which I think you get to a point with food where, okay, you were trying to eat healthy and you thought these were good questions to be asking. You were reading the labels. You thought you were doing a good job at that.
Yeah.
And then now suddenly you're upping the quality of the questions you're asking because you're saying, how is this feeling in my body? Is that...
Yeah, because before, my question might be, what does the latest magazine say? What does the latest headline say? What does the latest New York Times bestseller say? What is the latest book that I can pick up in Barnes & Noble that's on the center rack being highlighted? What does that say? Okay, so tell me what I should think and believe about.
Tell me what I should think.
Yeah. Tell me what. And so another question might be, how do I get? Does this have whole wheat? Is it whole wheat or enriched? I was asking that question, so reading all those labels for that. But I wasn't asking, is whole wheat good for my body?
Right.
I wasn't asking that question. Or even better question than that, does whole wheat nourish my body? And that question I love. What is nourishing to my body? And what is nourishing to my mind? And what is nourishing to my soul? And I am getting much higher quality answers to those questions. But I'm glad you raised that, because it was a very unspoken yet acted upon question that I was asking myself is, what do other people think about nutrition for me? What do other people think about?
Yeah.
And before it was just kind of, what should I eat? Somebody tell me what to eat. What should I eat? There's a should and a shouldn't food. And now I'm much in concert with my body and what is nourished. And when I found that guidepost of nourishment, the game totally changed.
Yeah.
The whole my life changed from there.